This is Greg Powers with Dave Campbell's Texas Football, and I'm joined by the big man, DJ Sanders from Bellville High School. He's the #1 rated defensive tackle in the state. DJ, you made it to the state championship game in football. You made it out here to the UIL State Track Meet this year, so a lot of big things are happening for you on the field and I guess off the field. I guess this is still a field, track field, throwing the shot out here for the state championship. Man, why don't you just kind of recap, give us a year in review, what it was like to experience all these cool things at Bellville.
It was pretty good, hard work, dedication, going all that off the field. I had a lot of practice before the week of shot.
Talk about that football season, man. I know that you guys fell a little bit short of your dreams of winning that state ring this year, but it had to be a memorable season. It had to be a magical season, and you got a lot of talent coming back on next year's squad. So what was it like? It
was pretty fun going to state. It's been years since Bellville with the state, so it was pretty fun doing that experience.
Talk about your year. I mean, how do you feel like you played? There were some times on tape that you were just dominating. So, just kind of put it into perspective for us. What was it like?
It was pretty fun. I feel like this was my favorite year of football because I got one more year after this, so come out with a bang.
You kind of set me up for my next question. You got one more year after this. You're going to be a senior next year. There is talent coming back, but I think that on the defensive side of the ball that you're going to be one of those leaders. How are you taking on that leadership role? What are you trying to do out there with your teammates? Are you looking forward to being that type of guy for your team?
Yes, sir. I put them forward. I'm leading them through it, and practicing with them every day, on and off the field, and working out with them.
Now that you're done with track, it's right in the middle of the spring evaluation period. I feel like you got to kind of focus on recruiting and take a look at some schools. Harder look at some schools when you have the opportunity here in the spring. Do you have any visits scheduled right now? Are you going to be going to see any programs in person here soon?
Yes, sir. I got my OVs.
All right. Who are you going to go see?
Baylor, Michigan, A&M and Texas.
That's 4 big schools right there, and that makes it easy for me to kind of run down the list. I'm going to start at Baylor. What is it in Waco that's special to you? I know when I talked to you back in the season, that was another school that you really liked. What do you like about Waco?
Waco, it's a fun place to be at. I got my cousin, he plays there too. So
who's your cousin?
Richard Reese.
Okay, Richard Reese. I mean, he's had a pretty good career so far. Of course, he was the running back at Bellville before he went on to Baylor. What's he tell you about the program?
He told me good things about the program. He told me they have a great academic program, a great stadium, great people around it.
Michigan, they won the national championship, so that's pretty cool. I mean, have you ever thought about, like, Michigan would be a school that you could play for? I know when the process first started, you were probably thinking more locally, but, I mean, now you're going to go visit a big-time national school.
Yes, sir. My uncle stay there.
Okay.
So, he told me about the program all the time, about it.
What have you learned about Michigan going through the recruiting process? What's their pitch been to you? Why did they secure an official visit from you?
I like the program. I like their locker room. I like the people around it. I like that academic.
A&M got a new coaching staff underneath the Mike Elko, and looking at their recruiting list this year, they've done a tremendous job of getting guys on the team that are great character guys as well. What have you learned about A&M underneath the direction of Mike Elko? Why are you potentially excited about that fit for you?
I have a great relationship with all the coaches there. I like their scheme on the defense.
I guess Texas. I mean, you're at Texas right now. You're competing at UIL State Track Meet. Why do the Longhorns stand out?
The Longhorns, I like the coaching staff. Coach Stark, I have a great relationship with him. All the coaching staff.
When you sit down and try to make a decision, what are some of the things that you're looking at? Are you looking at early playing time? Are you looking at fit on the field? What's important to you?
I would say probably about fit on the field and probably the environment.
Kind of like the culture.
The culture.
Yeah. Any thoughts on when you want to try to end this thing, man? You got big visits coming up. I know you're probably not going to decide before you get a chance to look at some of these schools. So what are your thought processes in regards to making your decision?
I would say August, September.
Gotcha. DJ Sanders, #1 rated defensive tackle in the Lone Star State, Bellville High School. Looking for that state championship ring next season, man. Good luck as you go through the recruiting process and, of course, as you lead your team onto the field in 2024.
Yes, sir.